Home by Edward Thomas. Often I had gone this way before, but now it seemed I never could be, and never had been anywhere else. 'Twas home, one nationality we had, I and the birds that sang, one memory. They welcomed me. I had come back that eve, somehow from somewhere far. The April mist, the chill, the calm, meant the same thing familiar and pleasant to us, and strange too, yet with no bar. The thrush on the oaktop in the lane sang his last song, or last but one, and as he ended on the elm, another had but just begun his last. They knew no more than I. The day was done. Then past his dark white cottage front, a laborer went along, his tread slow, half with weariness, half with ease. And through the silence, from his shed, the sound of sawing rounded all that silence said. Amidst the chaos outside, we are remaining indoors for an extended period in isolation. So now is a good time to find solace in this poem called Home by Edward Thomas. Let's begin with stanza 1. Often I had gone this way before, but now it seemed I never could be, and never had been anywhere else. 'Twas home. So it begins by connecting to a sense of familiarity with home. The comfort of familiar surroundings is what you feel at home. He shows this to us when he says, "It seemed I never could be, and never had been anywhere else." He goes on by characterizing all things about home, both inside and outside, as one nationality. He brings the world of nature as part of home when he says, "We had, I and the birds that sang." Both him and the birds share a common love of this home. As one memory, they are united as one nationality. Moving on to stanza 2, it begins, "They welcomed me. I'd come back that eve somehow from somewhere far. The April mist, the chill, the calm." In the second stanza, he feels a warm welcome, having somehow come back from somewhere far. Somewhere far would mean he was someplace else, not as pleasant. Though this poem was written in the 1910s, some of us in this current time of isolation are reconnecting with a calmer feeling on a deeper level as we spend more time at home in reflection. Therefore, somewhere far could represent for us that everyday job, or that challenging relationship, or an outside force affecting your mind. That's why for me, this poem is a perfect read during this odd time of isolation from the coronavirus. He then goes on by describing the April mist, the chill, the calm, meant the same thing familiar and pleasant. So basically, he's saying from the chaos he was at, he is now walking into the comfort of the mist, the relaxation of its chill, and of course the serene effect of the calm. So basically all these comforts can be found at home. Moving onward to this third stanza, it follows through to the thrush singing on the oaktop in the lane, his last song, or last but one. The thrush in his birdsong sings to the final note, and just when you think it's done, it goes on again. And now you think it will be done, but another bird will carry on that song. Nature in itself is a constant renewal, just like this birdsong. In the same way, man finds harmony in the sound of nature. And finally, we come to our last stanza. We shift to a laborer that goes by in a walk that's slow and weary. It would mean this person is older in age, but to also move half with ease would mean this journeyman has experienced life. Through the silence from his shed, the sound of sawing rounded all that silence said. Thomas uses the sound of the laborer to break the harmonious tone of nature. By hearing the disruptive sound of a saw, we now appreciate the sound of nature wrapped in all its beauty through the comfort of home. Again, a beautiful poem to read during this time of isolation. I also recommend looking into his biography. And here's a little fun fact. He struck up a years-long friendship with the famous poet Robert Frost. Unfortunately, Mr. Edward Thomas died at a very early age and only saw 6 of his poems be published. But what a gem this particular one is right now. Anyhow, thank you for listening, or thank you for watching or listening.